Okay. Hey guys, right, just gonna do a bit of a martial arts um, core basics workout for you guys on here. Just a live stream one. I'm gonna put some stops on the chat. So let's have a look. So core basics, core fundamentals. All right. So let's have a go. Right. So I reckon you always got to start with a bit of plank, a bit of core in your martial arts training. So this is one I always like to do. So just get yourself here, pop yourself down, yeah, wide like this, and this is great for stretching out the shoulders. Push them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you do such like this, if you want to see it from the front, like so, like that, and you just creep yourself up, and you're getting lots of power into the arms there. Yeah, push, 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 push. Great fundamentals there. Pushing like that. Yep. And that'll get the arms started to go. Okay, from there, we want to keep that going into the planks. So we'll hold them. Yeah. And hold that for some time. That's a great fundamental. If that's really easy, start to reach, 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 or put one hand on your stomach, stomach, stomach. Yeah, you just want to hit this core in loads of ways. Stomach, stomach, stomach. All right, and the normal planks like so, lifting like this. These are great ways to start the training. Get the body going. Press into the floor. Press. Breathe into the nose. Yeah, and you just want to tighten that core real tight. Yeah. And if you start to get tired, just come up or come down to there. Spread it out further. Yeah. These are great. If I'm doing a lesson, I'll have people doing these. Right? Inside. Just getting that core. And you do side like this. Don't forget to breathe. Getting that core. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So you might hold that for 10 seconds. Hold the other one for 10. You can raise the leg up here. Hold it. Yeah. And hold it. Yep. So, yeah. So your martial arts aren't going to go far if you don't try or have to try and develop a good, strong core. So that's something you have to do with those sorts of exercises. Next thing, because this is fundamentals, lots of people punching the bags and punching pads. But as a fundamental exercise for training, I like to get people to do push-ups and stuff on the fists and wrists and hands and stuff, because that's a great fundamental training method for martial arts. So if you're pretty new to martial arts or whatever, and you've done your core there, but you're also working your shoulders, so that's going to be good for your martial arts tension. Get a cloth or a blanket and just lay it down, or a mat or something, on a hard floor. Yeah, you just want to shake your fingers out. Yeah. So remember, these are core basics, some core basics trainings that I like to give to people. So shake your hands out. Yeah, on a hard floor, put a towel down. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did before with the planks and stuff. We're going to do that with our fists. And we're going to start off with all these knuckles now. This is a great method I use to train people because I do a lot of iron palm and iron fist training. But this is a great beginning method, and it's also a great method to carry on training throughout your martial arts for strength in the wrists if your wrists are not strong. Yeah, for punching and stuff. So put your mat down. Yeah, and then just do your holds on it like this. Yeah, do your holds. We'll do 10 press-ups. So you can either hold, if you're not good with the press-ups, do holds, but otherwise do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you do 10. And you can widen them out like this. You'll see these a lot in Kung Fu. Yeah, and as you're doing these, let your fists really dig into the mat. And the reason why we're using a mat, because some people might say, oh well, you might as well just do it on a hard floor. The reason we're using a mat is because we want to spread that surface area of the fist. Yeah. So especially when you start off, you want to have those fists in a mat or something like that, a towel. You want to have them into the floor. And like I said, you want to hold, dig them in sideways, dig them in, you want to hold it. Now, in Kung Fu and in martial arts, static strength training or static pressure training is a very useful tool. It's underutilized, and it's a great old Kung Fu method, old karate method of developing strength. If you only use this method of press-ups and things like that, it'll do you great. Yeah, it's just about putting pressure. So pressure there, and you do your holds. You can do wide holds, you can do short holds. It'll target different areas of the shoulder. But the main thing is just to have the pressure there. All right, brilliant. So once you've done some holds like that, have a rest. Do a few more of the yoga style push-ups. Great for the shoulders. Also called taming the tiger. You can do it with the fingers. That's not a fundamental, so we'll move on. Yeah, so do that. And in between those, do your holds or do your wide press-ups. And just do sets of 10 or whatever. Take time. Or just hold them there. Yeah, just hold that fist, let the fist dig in. Alright? Okay, once you've done some of those, I'm wanting you to turn the fists so that now you're targeting these two knuckles here. Yeah? Alright? So that's the same thing we're going to do. So the two big knuckles are going to be there. And it's the same. You're going to press them into the mat. You're going to hold them or into the floor or to the towel. You're going to hold them for some time. Yeah? You're then going to press off sideways. And now you can do these with the other ones. You've got all the weight in the side of the hand. You press it the other way. Yep. Do sets of 10 press ups on the knuckles. Don't forget to breathe. Yep. Yep. You can do these too. Yep. Yeah, and it's great. Then you can do, you're probably tired of these by now, but then you can do changes where you do straight, change to sideways, change to straight, change to sideways, change to straight. And all I'm doing on the floor is I'm just going like that. Yeah, now, all of this might seem very silly, but it's just a basic method of strengthening the fist. Once you've done that, just rub the fist off. Take some good deep breaths. Yeah, yeah, and obviously you can develop it to the point where you. Okay, so we've done planks. So this is a video on martial arts training fundamentals. We started with planks. We started with yoga press-ups, where you go wide and you come in. Then we went on to press-ups on your fists this way, press-ups on your fists that way, and also holding it. If you don't, because a lot of beginners, a lot of people train, they don't have the ability to do the press-ups, but they're still quite good at holding the things. So just hold them, and you'll be great. Yeah. What you want to progress to is you want to progress to the point where I'll take my shoes off for this because I don't want to mess up the wall. I don't need this, but you want to progress to the point where you got your fists and you're going on the floor and you're doing handstands like so. Yeah. Yep. On the fists. So there's the pressure on the fists. Yeah. And that's fists, eh? Right. So. Right. So you're doing handstands on the fists. That's getting the strength there. Yep, and building up that strength. But make sure you do it again on your mat because you don't want to damage your hands. Just take it slowly because you're trying to toughen up the bones. And then ultimately you're trying to develop it to the point whereby you're doing these things single. So one fist, one time. Yeah. So that's my fist. Fist. Yeah. Yeah, alright. So you want to hold those. Yeah. But that's not fundamentals. Yeah, that's just a bit of a a demo there for you. Let's put my shoes back on. Good pair of shoes does you good. Alright, so that's a beginning chunk of some good martial arts fundamentals there for you to be training. Alright, let's move on to the legs. Because you don't want weak legs. It takes me ages. I'll just see if there's any. Just skin my knuckles a bit. So you've got to be careful not to skin your knuckles. So after you've done that, just again rub your knuckles off. Another reason why to use a mat because you might skin them on a carpet or something. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Training. Right, yeah, cool. Right, so like I said again, guys. Like I said again, you know, these are just some fundamentals, but I think they're great core things that a lot of people can use for their training and their martial arts. The video was meant to be called Core Fundamentals Training, but I don't know if the title updated on the live stream thing. All right. So yeah, just after you've done those things on your knuckles, just rub the knuckles, shake them out. Because the idea is you do these every day or every second day, you know, the knuckle press-ups and stuff, and you just gradually over time develop the strength of the knuckles. But great one, I teach it to the kids and stuff like that because it's a great one for them without punching. The kids can use it. All right, so martial arts fundamentals. We've done a bit of top, done a bit of that. So another great one you can use is now for the legs. Or yeah, so you're going to come away, yeah, and you're going to pick imagine there's a square in front of you. You're going to pick a 45-degree angle and just going to sit. You're going to sit into that square and you're going to do your horse stance. Yeah, I'll move back so everyone can see. Yeah, so you're going to go in your horse stance like so. Yeah, you can even lean down and just stretch everything out. Yeah, and that's your horse stance. Another training fundamental there. Yeah, so sometimes people do it like so on the flat line. So they'll go heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, sometimes up to as many times as you want really, and you sit down into it. Yeah. This is great. Kibadachi, or horse stance as they call it in Kung Fu. Yeah. I like to pick mine on the line. Yeah. Right? Like so. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. You go down and in through the nose and out through the nose. You go down and in through the nose and out through the nose. You go down and in through the nose and out through the nose. You go down and in through the nose and out through the nose. You go down. Yeah, and this just gets people breathing right, because if you have people doing horse stance, a lot of the time their breathing goes crappy. They get tight on the legs. So you need the flexibility for horse stance first. So what we're going to do as a fundamental is you're going to do a side split, a split with your hands and ankles lining up. So this is to train legs a bit. Yeah. These are in a straight line, as you can see. Yeah. You're going to tilt out one toe, and you're going to pull. You're going to pull and sit into that. You see the length here. Yeah. Make sure you've got that good length. Yeah. And you're going to sit into that. And this is what you'd call yoga warrior pose, or a version of bow arrow stance. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, 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 or just hold it. Yeah. Everything lines up. Hold it. Okay, real stretch it. This will line up your hips too. When you're feeling like you're tired, just switch the feet. And now look, you're in horse stance, and just change it over to the other foot. And lengthen and strengthen is what you want to do. So push out. Like you're sort of Samson, you're pushing the walls of a column apart. And with your legs, you want to be pulling up. Like that's where the bow arrow comes from. Because with your legs, you're pulling up the floor. And you're tightening these bottom muscles. And with your hands, you're pushing out here. Yeah. This is real simple, basic, but great basics to practice, to train yourself to stand in. Great Kung Fu, great for any martial art. Great for breathing, great for dantian and core. Now check this hip, make sure it's flat. Yeah, and you stand. And you breathe through your nose, and out through your nose. And in through your nose, and out through your nose. Once again, I'm IBMA, I Embody Martial Arts. And if you don't know my channel, I've been practicing Shaolin Kung Fu, conditioning and training methods in martial arts for, I've been training since I was 5, but for the last 15 years properly. I've got a channel, I Embody Martial Arts, where I focus on Kung Fu and martial arts training methods, a lot of which are from the 72 secret arts of Shaolin. Alright? There's a lot of stuff I've learned and picked up along the way in the years that I think is beneficial to martial artists. So have a look. Anyway, so you see how long I've been in this stress position, and it's fine. So come to the forward. Yeah, and you can hold that. Yeah, we'll do some punches in a minute, but we won't do any yet. Out through the nose, in through the nose. Out through the nose, in through the nose. Out through the nose, in through the nose. And yeah, this is a very wide version of the horse stance, but we're trying to stretch everything out. So we're going to change to this way again. Yeah. Yeah, push. Right. So this is a great fundamental training exercise. And then you see how you can rest by just straightening your legs like so, but you're still in a stance position. Yeah, you're in like a flat stance. Yeah. So in essence, the purpose of stances is for the bones. It's not always muscle. So you can rest in this position, or this is like a starting flight position. Yeah, you might see the stance in Jiu-Jitsu. You'll certainly see it in Shaolin Kung Fu. But it's not. I'm using opposing forces on the floor. Yeah. So I use opposing forces. Great for sweeping and stuff, because you can see how fast the legs can move. Yeah. You think I'm set into the ground, and you think that I'm immobile, but the legs the legs can move very far. Yeah, and throw kicks and stuff. Yeah, so that's also I'm having to crouch really low because I've just got a little webcam here. So it's great training for the legs. All right. Yeah. So if I stand up tall, you'll see how little space I've got. Follow. Hey, shut up. Nah, it's just a dog. Right, so with that simple exercise, guys, of standing this way, yeah, you've got a great one, yeah, and then standing in the middle, you can develop such power in your legs. Make sure that you're feeling the muscles in the back of the legs here. Don't worry if you lean a little for now. That's just part of the natural thing. You can straighten that up as you go along and as you get the flexibility and stuff. All right? So, but you see a lot of people in the West try and do horse stance, but they don't have the right flexibility in the legs. If you do those exercises, it'll allow you to develop the flexibility using the basic stances. The basic stances being that one, with the flat hip, horse stance, yeah, and then also you've got Mabu and stuff like that, the sort of cat leg stances and stuff like that, yeah. So you use those, right? I was going to say something. A little great Qigong one as a fundamental is to stand like this, into the nose, out through the nose, and then up. So you breathe out and you crouch, and when you breathe in, you push forward. Yeah, and that's building these muscles at the back here. Yeah, yeah. This stuff probably looks silly, but it's the same ethos as you see with the Shaolin monks and stuff doing their stances and postures, elastic tension in the muscles, things like that. So it's good stuff. I'd suggest the legs. The people I'm teaching at the moment, I give them these leg exercises to do. Very boring for them, but they're invaluable if you want to try them out. They're a secret to unlocking some good martial arts. So anyway, so let's do some basic punches now. Yeah. So again, we'll pick that angle. We'll sit into that angle. You breathe out the nose. Yeah. Yeah. So you breathe out the nose, you keep things square, and you push the hand forward. Yeah, you can widen. If your legs are cramping up, if they're getting tired, then just widen them. Yeah, just widen them because they're lazy. They want to come closer and closer together. Well, teach them the opposite lesson. Widen them. Yeah. Try and keep your core center here. And this is like a dynamic tension exercise. Out through the nose. Yeah. 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 And that's slowly going to start warming up those tendons for punching. And this is called Chan Su Shao. This is called like a silk reeling. Yeah. And then if you're starting to get tired, you can start to move. Now, people might say, well, what's the point of this? This is silly. This isn't going to work in MMA and X, Y, and Z. But the point of this is practicing the fundamental body mechanics and just the fundamental alignments and stuff for doing some good punches, yeah? I mean, it's certainly not going to make your punches any weaker when you're punching normally, yeah? It's just teaching you to use your legs, yeah? 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 Right? But for now, we're just going to practice it in horse stance. It's an age-old martial arts exercise. If you're really tired, and you can see, because I can see this clip back, a few seconds later. But you can see as I'm hitting with my legs really. So it's a great way to hit. You know, if you're doing some boxing bag stuff or whatever, you know, you're coming in with your jab. The jab is like this. You know, with the body. God. See, there's a block as well. So hit, guard, strike. The body position is nice and stable. Or a sweep after that, or any other kind of kick. Yeah, so it's called, well, they call it fresh on top, stable below. Yeah, now I wanted this to just be a real fundamentals, which is what I'm trying to do, but ultimately other stuff is bleeding in because I really do love my martial arts. Someone said, Mantis Indigo has said, hey, can I ask you about different styles of Kung Fu? Oh yeah, you can ask me about different styles of Kung Fu. I'll tell you if I know it. Otherwise, I'll refer you to someone else. Right. So that was some good punching. Yeah, we'll do some more punching actually. So I gave you one punching exercise, which is either horse stance and punch, or 45 degrees and punch. Yeah, but we were doing it slow. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Yeah. Sometimes after a set, it's good to do a final breath. Now, there's a thing called Titsin Quen Iron Wire. Now, someone asked me before about Golden Bell, which is how you develop like iron body and iron stomach and stuff. And it starts with breathing. Yeah. So the simplest breathing technique of that is in through the nose, then out through the mouth. You see what it does to your stomach? Yeah. So in through the nose, then make a noise. Tenses everything up. Carry on out through the nose, and then one more through the mouth. Yeah. It tenses everything up. Right. But we can go on to that another time. But anyway, we're doing these. Yeah. With the sound, you can also do faster punches. But what I'd like to do is try and load your punches up with breath. So instead of going you're not breathing. Do one, load it up, yeah, and that's the static punching method. So traditionally or famously, that's used to try and develop it in your arms. Yeah, getting that arm power. And then you can move on to the one I said, where you're punching with the movements of the legs. Yeah, which is a great one. Yeah. So hopefully, if you watch from the beginning of the video, you would have started, you would have done some core, then you would have done knuckle press-ups and knuckle holds to get the wrists in good alignment for punching. Then you would have gone on to some leg training, yeah, and some things that I've told you there. And then you would have done some horse stance with punches, learned a little bit about breathing, and done some moving stuff with punches. Of course, you don't have to punch like that. There's so many ways of punching. You don't have to punch in this rigid fashion. You can go on a boxing bag and punch as well. And obviously I do all those things. I'll practice these for mechanics. I'll go on a boxing bag and hit it this way. But I'll also hit it a normal way, Wing Chun style, straight, because straight punches are part of punching. Whipping punches, cracking punches, chops, everything. But yeah, I think that's pretty good for this first fundamental workout. Honestly, if you can do the leg stuff, that's sort of the key to start unlocking things, yeah. And then maybe next time I'll do a bit of flexibility in this, that, and the next thing. But yeah, I might stay around for a bit if people have got any questions. Northern praying mantis. Yeah, praying mantis is awesome. Try buying some books and a master if there is one near search engine. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. Well, that's it, buddy. I mean, I've to Nataraj monk. I've got loads of books on martial arts and stuff, but ultimately, there's no masters near me or whatever, and I'll just continue training what I train, and trying to help people out on YouTube as well. And I just pick bits and pieces that I enjoy, and literally I just do martial arts because I enjoy it. So yeah, I'll just keep doing it, chipping away. It might not be a very particular style or a particular way anymore, but I just do it for my own self, really. So yeah, pick the bits that I like. I did Shotokan in the past. I did a bit of traditional Goju Ryu karate, and I've always enjoyed training the Shaolin Kung Fu conditioning methods. But yeah, those are my favorite things. So yeah, I'm not some super high down in Shaolin Kung Fu. I'm just a martial artist who enjoys picking different bits and pieces and training them and seeing what happens. So it's all good. Alrighty, so we did some knuckle press ups. We did quite a bit of stuff. I'm trying to think of any other fundamental training stuff that I think people would benefit from. No, not really. Not for now, anyway. So unless anyone's got any questions or anything like that on this chat thing, I won't take any more of anyone's time. Just keep enjoying the training, people. Yeah. So anyway, I hope to do a few more of these. Because I've had quite a few people come to me and say like, oh, can you just show us a bit of basic stuff in your mind, some things that help you out with martial arts. So yeah, I thought I'd do this. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of poles of the plum blossom. That's like they're awesome. I'd love to give them a go, but they're like the wooden they're the wooden posts that you practice the forms on, and they're called the plum blossom because apparently that's the shape that they're set out in apparently. But can't say I've ever had a go. I've had a go on like cheap versions, like putting some bricks down. That's great. You put some bricks down and you stand on those and practice your horse stance and stuff. And that's great. Yeah, awesome training for like rooting yourself into the ground. So yeah, that's all good. And yeah, Nataraj monk, whoever you are, buddy, saying again, try finding a master. Yeah, well, I'm trying, and I have been trying. But at the moment, I've just got to keep doing what I do and enjoying it, like I said. So that's what I'm doing at the moment, buddy. I don't know what your what would you say circumstances are, but yeah, I appreciate the advice, and I will endeavour to do that. But currently, as it stands, I'm working in a remote part of Western Australia, and although people think masters are everywhere, well, trust me, they're not around here. So yeah. Does anyone want to see or do anything or see again anything from the sort of last sort of bits we've been doing? Was anyone actually going to give them a try? Has anyone picked up any ideas that might help them? Because yeah, I think martial arts is people get wrapped up in style and this and what martial art it is. I don't care so much about all those things. It's really the martial arts it's the martial artist that makes the martial art, and that's one of the things I like about 72 Secret Arts of the Shaolin is because it's just exercises, just training exercises. You know, you could do them if you didn't do any martial art, you could do them. Some of them, you could practice them. You know, they're just like, you know, modern day athletes and baseball players and football players. They don't just practice football to get better at football. You know, they have to do running, they have to do weights. And, you know, this is something that sort of old martial artists figured out. So they do, you know, other fitness things. And I think that the real strength of martial arts is in, or what impresses me about it is in how you can really strengthen the body in lots of different ways. You know, so that's what I think anyway. Um, and yeah, you know, if people are out there, you know, because lots of people chat to me. I've even had people chatting to me from China and stuff like this who are training out in China at the moment because they're interested in iron palm and stuff like that because they touch on it out there with their instructors. But of course the instructors, of course they do it, but the instructors of at least one person I've spoken to, you know, he's like, look, don't do that yet. And to some extent he's right. So I've had people chat to me there, you know, from there and say, you know, asking advice about iron palm and this, that, and the next thing. But yeah, ultimately, it's just about the martial artist, I think. If you're in a position where you've got a master and you're in a really good school, then that's great. But there's a lot of people out there who don't have those opportunities, who don't have the money, and I believe it's their right as well to train martial arts. So that's why I made this channel, because there's a few hints and tips and stuff that I've picked up along the way. Also, having trained martial arts extensively for at least the last 15 years. So yeah, I believe there's some good pointers that you know, I think I do that I think I can help other people out with, or at least they might see it and go, oh, you know what, that's a bit useful. You know, similarly, if you go to the gym, you know, you meet people, you meet people who, you know, been in the gym a bit longer than you, or maybe there's people who are not even lifting as much as you, but you see a good training technique and you go, oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Nataraj. Yeah, no worries, bud. Um, yeah, like I said, that's what this channel's for. It's not me trying to say I'm some martial arts master, but it's kind of like a have been having a go at it, have been doing it for a long time. There are some things I've picked up that are useful, and certainly with the iron body side of things and conditionings and breathings. There's stuff I wish, like when I started training all the years ago, there was no YouTube, there was no this. So if you didn't have a master who at least could, you know, because just because a master tells you something doesn't mean it's the highest level. Often the masters or instructors, they just tell you a little piece of advice and it makes a big difference. So over the years I've been training and also getting information from my masters and my teachers and also discovering things through training. And, you know, when you find them out, these little things and little ideas, you go, oh shit, I wish someone was around to tell me those when I was training. You know, because it would have saved me a lot of bloody hassle. Yeah, so that's all that. Yeah. So anyway, guys, do subscribe to the channel, send me a message, come on Iron Body Martial Arts on Facebook, and force me to go on it because I don't get a lot of time. And yeah, I'll probably head off now, go and have some lunch or something like that. But yeah, certainly practice some of those things. It's good to see everyone. Hopefully I'll see everyone again soon. Yeah, everything will be good. So yeah, guys, anyway, thanks a lot. Keep training and don't let any, like I said in some of my other videos, don't let people discourage you from the aspects of training that you want to do. You know, if you want to train something and you don't have a master, you know, I'd say go and do it, because if there's one thing, do it by doing it. If there's one thing I've learned from like more than 15 years of martial arts training, and also from the 72 Secret Arts of the Shaolin text, is that there's actually no secrets. There's just training. Yeah. And now I've got a friend in China who has his own. Or is he in China? No, he lived 25 years in China, and he's inherited his own style of Shaolin Kung Fu, because there's many different schools apparently. And he basically, in long chats with him, he sort of confirmed to me that, Brett, it's really only the training that's the secret. Just doing it again and again and again and again. If you want to practice iron palm, if you want to get if you want to get your stances better, if you want to move like the Shaolins move, just watch them, try and get advice. Obviously, my top tip is go to a school and learn about it, but go to any martial arts, do it, and you'll start to unlock these things. One last thing I'll say as well is that there's been times during cultural revolutions and stuff where martial arts has nearly been lost in certain places. And a lot of people say, oh, you can't learn martial arts from a book, you can't learn this, you can't learn that. Well, you can learn better than nothing. And there are times when experienced martial artists, although they were already experienced, they've had to pick up a text on a subject, that's basically lost. They've read about it and they've trained those things. There's been forms that have missed a gap of being translated orally, and they've had to use the text. Yeah, that goes for lots of old ninjutsu stuff, old jujitsu schools. It happened in China itself with the Shaolin Temple, although there were masters dotted around. You may not know this, but in 1986, the Shaolin Temple wasn't even there. It was just a ruin. Because of the Cultural Revolution in China, they had to send out for masters and text and stuff, and they had to basically rebuild it. It wasn't there. Because I've been speaking to someone who went there in '86, and they confirmed it. They said it just wasn't there. It didn't exist. Obviously, it did exist before, but it was the government destroyed it. So yeah. I'm all for people who've got a school and who've got a dojo and who've got a place to go. And I was that person as well. And I've done my schooling in formal schools, and I'd love to go back to one again, but I just can't at the moment. But to the same extent, I don't like the martial arts people out there who come to others who are trying and they say to them, "Well, don't do that, don't do this, go to a school. What are you doing is crap. What the hell? Blah blah blah." Because martial arts is 90% practice and 10% theory. Yeah. So if you want to be able to do something, if you want to train some skill in martial arts, just go out there and find a master and do it. Oh no, for Nataraj Monk, I wasn't referring to you, bud. I know your comments were for the other guy, telling him to find a master and stuff. I just thought I'd pick up on that subject and just speak a bit about, because actually I get a lot of that on my channel. People, especially when it was new, people coming and going, oh, don't, what are you doing? Don't do this and don't do that. Some people threatened by the iron palm stuff because I was just giving it away for free, and they're trying to, what's the word? Trying to discredit it, and I'll always say this to people, I've said it in my other videos, and I hope everyone's listening, that it's mainly 95% is just giving it a go. Yeah. If you watch the Shaolins doing their iron palm, the little kids, they've got a sandbag in front of them and they just hit it hundreds and hundreds of times, and that's all you need to do. So now you're all good. You're all good, but I wasn't saying that against yourself. I was just saying it because people out there hear it so much. I hear it so much. So yeah, but like you said, it's awesome to see fellow martial artists around. That's what my channel's about. Before you go, what do you think about all YouTube martial arts ganging up on Jake Mace? The Jake Mace thing. Dot. Now look, guys. I mean, I don't know if any of the people here have watch my channel or know about it. It's been around for freaking 4 years, but I don't do the banners and stripes, and I'm crap with the editing, and I've got shit internet, so I don't really put all the stuff out there. But I'm sure you guys, martial artists here who are watching, um, have seen all this stuff. Now look, I know there's some I know that there's some dispute over the origins of Jake Mace, but I don't care. Um, you know, I like to recognize in people. I mean, I don't like people defrauding people, but to the same extent, that's a different topic. I just like to recognize in people the good things that they can do. The only thing I'm going to say on Jake Mace is, and also maybe I don't have the authority to say, I know that there's other people who are very knowledgeable about the lineages and kung fu of um, a particular style, and they can comment. But I'm not very knowledgeable about the lineages and all this of particular style. For instance, I don't do Mantis Kung Fu, so I can't comment on Jake Mace's Mantis Kung Fu. But what I can say is, in general, from my observations, he is an athletic martial artist, and I give him credit for that. Yeah. I'm sure, I'm always talking about 72 secret arts of the Shaolin. I'm always talking about the sort of monkly passive way of defending yourself. And I'm sure from doing all the training that he does, he could defend himself well. And yeah, he can kick better than I can kick. Well, he's more flexible and agile than I am with regards to those super high kicks and the splits and stuff. Um, so so yeah, I would agree with Dick Aspie on this one. He teaches a wushu. Um, he teaches, because at the end of the day, if you go to China and you start doing karate, yeah, they'll go, oh, he's doing kung fu, because to them kung fu is martial arts. So in other words, um, yeah, well, yes, well, that's right, Nataraj. I know Nataraj Monk is saying, I know there's a big debate over what style of Kung Fu Jake Mage teaches and, what it is he's actually doing. But, my only stance on the matter is, um, as an athlete and as an athlete, he gets my respect for being able to do the kicks and this and that and whatever that he does. Um, the rest of it, I don't know. Um, I like to speak positive about people. I don't like to be negative. And like you say, we don't want to flame people. But for instance, Nataraj Monk, you might be in a better position than me to pick at his particular style and say, well, that's not the wushu as I know it. My generalization is, I think if you're doing something and you're saying this is Mantis Kung Fu, this is this form, this is that form, and it isn't, then I think that's wrong. But if you're saying oh well, this is Mantis style, this is a Mantis style fist, or this is then you got to be clear. You got to be clear. Um, Yeah, well, from what I know from the past, supposedly, and this has gone into Jake Mace now, but from what I know in the past, supposedly he was trained by I think, a Chinese guy who went to America, or was an American Chinese who sort of said he did Shaolin Do or something, but didn't actually do it. But yeah, I'll agree with that. I don't think. Do you know what? I don't think if someone can do stuff, I don't think they deserve to be shat on. At the end of the day, I don't know whatever style of kicks he does good kicks. He does iron bone training. He's got good flexibility. He has all the hallmarks of a martial artist. And for being a martial artist, I give him respect. I don't watch his videos. I don't follow his stuff, but because it's just not an interest of mine. But yeah, certainly, let the guy do his thing. just let him do his thing. Like with karate, like with tai chi, like with all of this stuff. If you want to call it, I mean, if people want to swallow it better, just call it Jake Fu. It's his own style of kung fu that he's made or that he's developed, and just yeah, leave him there. And everyone who likes Jake Fu can go and do that, and they can watch it and learn some stuff and do flexibility. And everyone who doesn't want to do that can go and find their own style. You know, that's what I think anyway. So if for talking about Jake Mace, he's certainly very popular. You know, don't we all wish we could have the views and following of Jake Mace? Maybe some of it, I don't know. People are just unhappy. I think that he's selling some stuff or saying he does things that he doesn't do. But again, like I said, I'm being very political here, guys. You can probably tell. I'm very honest. I try and be a very honest person, but I am being a bit political, whereby I don't want to flame the guy. I don't want to diss on him, because that's my stance has always been, I'm not sure, but he kicks well. He's got good flexibility. There's aspects of his flexibility and stuff like that I wish I had developed to that level. So I see him as like a, if you see like an athlete doing the rings and the Olympics, or jumping on the bars, or someone on the ballet, moving in a particular way, you think, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if I had the flexibility to do that particular thing? So that's how I see it, so yeah. And he's got to conform to the current climate of like wow factor, So yeah, he puts titles like ultimate death kung fu and stuff, and it's just clickbait, but people train it. Actually, a lot of respected martial artists, a lot of people I like and I talk to, and I'm in personal martial arts groups with around the world, they have a big problem with it. So they're probably some of the people flaming it. But again, I don't get into the flaming, because I challenge you guys, if you know my channel or whatever, go on my channel and try and find a negative comment from me to anyone. I don't believe in it. That's okay, Dick. Thanks for tuning in, bud. I don't believe in negativity, because I'm a policeman by trade, and fucking sorry to swear, but the world's shitty enough, and I see and feel enough negativity just generally in life. I think as a sort of martial artist and stuff, the best thing you can do is do your martial arts, and if you see someone trying, give them a thumbs up. That's the best thing you can do. Even if you think it's not that good, if you see that they're genuinely trying and they're trying their best and it's there, it's like Bruce Lee used to say, martial arts is self-expression. So don't knock someone's self-expression. If someone, it doesn't matter if they're bad. If someone has a speech impediment, it's not accepted to mock that. That's how they express themselves. If they've got a stammer or a stutter or got a weird accent or whatever, it's not accepted to mock that. So if someone's truly expressing their martial arts in the same way, or their music, or any skill that someone can do, I will not mock them for it. Unless it's actually downright dangerous to someone else, but I can't even think of a time when I've done that, or stupid. But then that would be my opinion that it was stupid, wouldn't it? So yeah, I believe in a positive reinforcement going out there. Yeah. Even if perhaps it's not something you would do, or you would do it a different way, just be like, good on you. Carry on, keep going. Maybe you can try it like this, and the world's a better place, because it's happened to me so many times. I've got this channel which is nothing, and I'm nowhere near the level that I would like to be or wanted to be, but so many people come on my channel and or sent me personal messages slamming me and this and that, and really tearing into me personally, and and people calling me an internet keyboard warrior and this and that and blah blah blah. And little do they know, I'm a policeman for the last 10 years, been busting my ass out on the streets. So these people coming dissing me, and the little kids or whatever, they don't even think.
And they're like, or sometimes other high-ranking martial artists are, you don't know anything, you're a keyboard warrior, you know, your fighting moves are crap, you know, this and that, what are you doing teaching people this shit? Well, I'm not teaching really people anything, except on this video. But yeah, little do they know, like I said in my last video, I'm a policeman there, 10 years out on the streets, 2 different countries I've policed in, policed armed and policed unarmed. And you know, it would be so easy for me to go and say all that. You know, these idiots come on and say, oh, you're just this. And every time I could say, oh, well, you know, actually I'm a policeman and people have attacked me and this and that. But I just leave it because they're not worth the breath. They're not worth the breath, to be honest. So yeah, anyway, I don't know how I got into that. This was meant to be a video on basic training, which we did do. Yeah, all right. So actually, what I'll do for anyone who's just joined, I'm gonna cover off on some of the stuff we did at the beginning of this video. All right. So we started with core, but we'll do it on the fist this time. So we wanna as a basic, we wanna toughen our fists. Yeah, lots of people have problems with the bendy fists. So you get a towel, you get a whatever. Oh, my knees from sitting down. You lay it down. Yeah. You get your fists, yeah. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Yeah, we're just doing this, loosen out. In through the nose, out through the nose, yeah. You're going to put your fists down on the towel, you're going to put them down flat like this. Dig them in, get that surface area working, yeah. You're going to hold that, yeah. You're just going to hold it. Or you're going to do press ups, 10, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then hold, yeah, and then reach, and all the time you're pushing those knuckles. This is strengthening the wrist and the knuckles. Hopefully you can see on the video that I'm doing it on my knuckles. Reach, 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 into the nose, out through the nose, then out through the mouth. Reach, 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 reach. Yeah. Right, so we're on there. Now we're going to press them up. You can even bring your leg to here if you can balance it. Yeah. Oh, I fell. And up on the side. Great method for training this. Push everything in. Deep breaths. There we go. Down it goes. Like that. Well, just try and hold yourself there. If not, just do that. Yeah, we're pulling. Don't forget to breathe. Yeah, so then we're going to turn the fist like this. We're going to turn them like that. Yep, push into the floor. I'm waiting for the video to catch up actually. There's a bit of a delay on the video. Anyway, so we do the same. 2 knuckles this time. Push them in. Push them in. Reach out with the hand. Splay it out. Out through the mouth. Again. Push, 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 push. Yeah, yeah. And then hold it there for some good time. Do it for longer than I'm doing it because I'm just trying to demonstrate it. So, yeah. Yep, push it out, right? Give the arms a bit of a rub, so do it for longer, right? So, this is a great little press up, this one. It's actually also a technique in the 72 Secret Arts of Shaolin, one of the proprietary ones. So, reach out ahead of you, and then down, down, down. You can even reach out higher.
perfect. You can plank it out like this, you can plank it out like that. These are just some fundamentals. Gotta have a strong core for Kung Fu, for martial arts. Pushes like this, pushes like this. Ooh, and some of my favourites is on the tips of the elbows, because you've got to, so then, because remember you're using pressure to strengthen things, so you've got to strengthen the tips of your elbows, and the same, you do your plank on the tip of your elbows, and again, just do this, strengthening those elbows, and you can also walk with the elbows too, depending on where you are, you can turn around on them, like this, yeah, but be careful not to skin them, yeah, yep. Come in, and again, this press up is great for just squeezing all that lactic acid out of the body. Squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. Alright? Next, you get your little thingy, and you want to make those. Oh no, that's from my bloody socks, that is. I'm going to have to wash that. So you do your handstands. Handstands on the wall, so you do it both ways. So you do it this way, push them on the wall. Down. And then 2 knuckles. Try and hold it for as long as you can. Yep. Yeah, and just do a couple of sets of those. And just put my shoes back on. There we go. Alright. Then next quickly is you're gonna do a handstand. Well actually, let's let things catch up here. Oh yeah. I know. Alright, so do your handstand. Well, there's your splits, wrists in line with ankles, and just hold yourself. So that's one. Hold yourself there, straighten out these muscles, feel the back ones tightening. Yeah, and then you'll press this front foot forward and flatten this hip, and you'll be holding yourself like so. And the same in the other direction. Yeah, it may seem silly, but it's a really good method. Oh, I don't know if my feed's died actually. There's my feed died. Oh no, I thought the feed had died. I thought the feed had died. Alright. Alrighty, well, I think that's me. I did say I'd go before, but I came back. Now I'll go again. Yeah, I think that's all for today, guys. Just a little of an update there, just a simple workout. Thanks for tuning in. Follow along. Can you train Iron Fist every day? Yeah, it seems like there's a bit of a delay here on the movies. Um, every day. So yeah, can I train Iron Fist every day, and the handstands and stuff? Usually, um, depending on the severity of the impact, you can have a day's gap or 2 days gap or whatever. You're meant to sort of build up to it really gradually. So if you're going to train it every day, you have to start on a light medium, and you hit it a little bit every day. Just train it, and the knuckle hand says, in short, yes, you can train them every day, but just don't try and push yourself beyond the 3 monthly. Don't try and push yourself beyond the 3 monthly caps. Well, I don't want to call them caps, but yeah, usually you'll do it for about 3 months, and then you migrate on to the next thing. But just train it for a little bit longer. You can do it every day, but just be careful and eat well. Make sure you keep good care of your hands. It's quite a complicated topic. I'll have to do another chat about it, as I tried the other day. But yeah, in short, you can, but just don't push too hard. Obviously, if you've got bruises, if you're training every day and you've got bruises, you'll never heal. Usually, the secret is, well, one of the methods is not to bruise yourself. Yeah, don't cause bruising. If you cause bruising, you have to let it heal. So that maybe once every 2 or once every 3 days. You can, or once every, a couple, not that often, you can do a really hard session. But just, like Olympic weightlifters, like anyone who trains, they don't train at 100% every day because you can't do it. Yeah, well, I won't say you can't, because I don't want to set limits on what people can do, but it's more difficult for people to do that. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head off. So really good chatting to you and seeing you here. So there's a question from Tram Hua, sorry about the pronunciation, about Iron Head. Iron Head can largely be trained just by doing headstands. Just do headstands and do them for a long time, and don't worry about striking your head too much, and the skill will reveal itself. Yeah, because striking your head is a very dodgy topic. So I did used to strike my head as well, but I would say the most beneficial
development is just from the headstand. I also used to do headstands, just on the bare ground, but that's not good because it develops pressure spots. So don't do that. You can more than adequately do either headstands into a pit of sand, headstands on a sandbag, headstands on a towel, and you'll actually hear the cracks in the side of your head as that happens. So the little micro fractures, you'll hear them on the pressure around your ears. It does thicken your skull. It does work. We'll do a little demo here. So take my shoes off. So I'll get my towel again, and I haven't done them in a while, so I'll big it up to three pads full, and come up here. Just get the blood to the top of the head. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the nose. Yeah. Straighten the spine. Yeah. There's lots of ways you can do this. Yeah. Yeah. Tongue on the roof of your mouth. Concentrate. And there we go. You can talk, you can do whatever. Push. And thank you. Here we go. That's a bit of that. Oh. Now that is super beneficial. Just don't break your neck. Don't break your neck. Whoa. Yeah, so just put my shoes back on. There we go, guys. So that's what I'm here for. Like I said before, I'm just here to try and help people out. And I enjoy martial arts. So, and I enjoy Shaolin conditioning methods. I enjoy all sorts of conditioning methods. Oh. It's good, but doesn't look good. Better train with no pressure points. Someone's talked about reverse breathing and normal breathing. So, I think Well, the breathing topics are a bit confusing and difficult. When you would do it. Generally, when you're exerting yourself or you're doing those stances or whatever, or you're doing those sorts of things, your body is forced into reverse breathing. So it's kind of like, well, in my opinion, it's kind of like a a method of breathing when you're under strain. Yeah. One of the easiest ways to practice it is just to breathe in like a lip through your lips protruded like this, and you see that's reverse breathing. Yeah, because usually you go expand, contract, and reverse is when you're breathing in. Yeah. It's called fanning the flames, and it's so in short as well. It's a good method of breathing to do when you're going to warm up, when you're starting off. Fanning the flames, it prepares the kidney area. You know, and it's just look. I practice the methods of breathing, but I'm still, even after 15 years, I'm still not great knowledgeable with regards to the like the practical application, yes, but with regards to like trying to explain it. Let's see what you're saying here. Oh no, I don't mean during forms, but usually I find that it's something that happens, say, when you're holding a position, or you're sort of forced to do a similar kind of breathing. You know, if you're holding a horse stance or you're holding a stress position, one of the things, that's when it seems to kick in for me. But with regards to sort of solo practice of it, like I said, I don't overly practice it. I've been looking into and training into the Titsin Quen breathing methods, the I&Y breathing methods, which incorporate a number of different kinds of breathing. And yeah, usually I might do them, purposely at the beginning of a workout, fanning the flames, where I'd rub my kidneys and hold my breath and cause that kind of breathing. I'm sometimes one of these people who I find it hard to explain stuff, because I'm also still trying to bloody work it out myself. But yeah, or sometimes I know what something is. I might call it something different, or I might use it in a different way. But certainly, whatever your advice is from your instructor, just do that. If it works for them, just do that. But yeah, also try it a different way and try doing something a different way and see, mix it up, see if it makes anything happen. But yeah, that's a complicated topic, isn't it? Reverse breathing. Yeah, probably one best for like a chat between us, or if you come on Iron Body Martial Arts on Facebook, or send me a message or something, and by all means, like, tell me your ideas as well. Put them down here so that other people can sort of learn from them, because like I said, I'm reluctant, but I'm reluctant because I'm still working on that. I'm still discovering, and I don't want to give anyone bad advice, basically. So I've got routines that I do, like the one I showed you, but I don't want to give someone that advice and it's wrong, because sometimes you can work out a routine, you can work out something, you can think, oh yeah, that works for me, but for a particular reason it's wrong, or it doesn't work for everyone else. So sorry, that probably wasn't very helpful, but thanks for coming along anyway for the ride. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Totally. So on the subject of Dantian and energy and internal breathing and all of that, I primarily preach and believe in the practice. Yeah. So, like, all these things are a physical mechanism that does something to you. So, the breathing is a physical mechanism, and it helps your body doing the various breathing exercises and stuff. With regards to the energy and developing all the energies and channeling and focusing energy, I believe that's something that does come in time and can be achieved. But what we should all focus on initially is just not make it too complicated and focus on what is the actual breathing exercise. How is it physiologically? How is it physically aiding us? Yeah, do the physical action, and then the metaphysical action, if it exists, will come in time. So that's my take on that. I've always spoken that it's much like the chi. Like, for instance, an example is static qigong. So you hold a stress position, you hold horse stance, you hold bow arrow stance, and you breathe in and out of the stance, in and out, in and out, in and out. And that is a internal breathing exercise. Yeah. And that is a qigong. That will develop your internal power. But the way it develops your internal power is because your muscles are lengthened, they're stretched, and you're forced to use a different mechanic of breathing because you're breathing through a stress position, much like the stress positions we were using before at the beginning of the video. So yeah, that's my take on that. But anyway, guys, I have totally been on for too long gassing. It's been like 1 hour and 23 minutes. So thanks for tuning in. And I'll have to go. But yeah, do join me on the other Iron Body Martial Arts Facebook page. Please subscribe to the channel. There's loads of videos for people to watch, all the crap that I've done over the past couple of years. Some of it good, some of it bad, most of it probably bad. But yeah, it's just a martial arts journey, and that's all I want everyone to do is just whatever you want to do in martial arts, to the best of your opportunities and abilities, do it. Some things are harder to do than others. Like, you can't try training jiu-jitsu on your own. It's very difficult because you need you need tori, you need a training partner to do the locks on and do the holds. But ultimately, you can always pick another area of your martial arts that might help you. Maybe you used to be big into jiu-jitsu, but now you don't go to a school. You're somewhere in the middle of nowhere, but think, oh, well, maybe I can toughen my body up more with these exercises. Maybe I can look into this. Maybe I can look into that. Maybe I can add some of these trainings to my martial arts thing, and it'll help me out and make me better. So yeah, but in short, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. And yeah, I'll catch you. I'm sure I'll catch you around sometime. So good training, everyone. All right, see you around.